Good morning, everybody. J.R. Fisher here. Want to welcome everybody to this Friday. Hey, we're excited here. We just got rain yesterday. We haven't had rain in like 3 months. I mean, a sprinkle every now and then, but not near enough. So we're excited and we're thankful for that. Today, we're going to talk about, stuff you need to know. If you hope to make it in e-commerce right now, you need to know this stuff, okay? It's really changed. I started e-commerce in 2009. I started selling on eBay and had a little website and stuff, and things have really changed since then. I want to share all that with you today. By the end of this video, you're going to have the information you need to succeed now in 2022. But I don't know, maybe you're watching this in 2030. I can't tell, but right now it's live. That's a cool thing. Hey, make sure you use that chat box. Don't forget to put suggestions, comments, just say hello, whatever you want in that chat box. It really helps. Give me a thumbs up if you don't mind, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that button down there, turn it from red to gray, and ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live or if I upload a video. Hey guys, this stuff is really important. It's like, I know people that were selling in like 2010, 11, 12, and they're all gone. They're gone because they didn't change. They didn't do the things that they needed to do to stay relevant. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about how to stay relevant, but not just how to stay relevant, how to be extremely profitable. And just so you know, I have this iPad over here, okay? And I'm going to be monitoring your comments. When you say something, I'll probably put it up on the screen so other people can benefit from what you're asking, what you're saying, that type of thing. Maybe you just want to tell me where you're at. You want to tell me what your weather is. You want to say hello. Any of those things are fine, guys. Put that in the chat box over there, and I'll be happy to put them up on the screen, and everybody can meet you. Maybe you've got a website you want to talk about. Maybe you've got questions that have nothing to do with e-commerce, but they had to do with online businesses. Hey, ask it. Feel free to ask whatever you want, and I'll share that information with you. Okay, so let's jump right into this. Like I said, I got started in 2009. I would say it's probably near the end of the year, something like that. And I was selling some stuff on eBay. Matter of fact, that was really the only place I was selling much. I was just starting my website, and things were vastly different. Now, I had a website back in 97, 98, something like that. And I made the website with a program called Microsoft Front Page. So I actually made my own website, and it was not very pretty, but it worked. Okay. If you go to the Wayback Machine and you find jrfisher.com, you're going to find one of those sites, okay, that I did back in the 90s. But things have changed a lot. And the one thing I would tell you guys, and I'll probably start and end with this, is that change is always there. I think a lot of people get upset. They go, oh my gosh, well, that's, eBay has changed, or Amazon has changed, or, my website traffic has changed. Things are always going to change. Haven't you noticed that so far in your life? Things always change. And since they always change, you can either embrace this or you can try to fight against it and say, well, heck, I don't want any changes in my life. That's not going to work because it's going to change anyhow. Whether you like it or not, things are going to change. So I think the thing to do is for us just to stay on top of this, stay abreast of this stuff. Now, I'm not going to go overly long today. We have an appointment we got to go to. Matter of fact, we leave for Vegas on Sunday, and we're going to be there through Thursday. So I won't be live probably, I say probably, who knows what I'll do when I get to Vegas. But I probably won't be live for the next few days for that reason. So you want to stick in here today and get all the information you can, okay? Because it may be lacking next week. You get a little sip of mine. I'm drinking green tea today, in case you guys are interested. Trying to do a little bit healthier drink. I haven't done coffee for years. It's kind of upset my stomach, so I went to tea. But some of the teas get on my nerves after a while. So I'm trying this green tea. It's supposed to be healthy. Trying to do what I can to be healthy. So what's changed? What's going on, guys? It used to be you could just pop up a site and you could, make a little bit of money. It wasn't that hard. There weren't that many sites out there, but there's a lot more sites. And, during the world illness, we had some lockdowns, okay, where we were like quarantined. We were indoors. And I know there's going to be a lot of argument back and forth whether that was even necessary or whether it was healthy. Maybe that made us more unhealthy. I don't know. But bottom line is it changed what we did. E-commerce really increased during 2020, 2021. I mean, it really boomed. Okay, it did really well. And people during that period of time, even if they had kind of like a so-so site, could probably do well. Now that's changed. Okay, people are getting out again, and you've got to have a site that's going to want to keep them on your site. Now, customers actually were buying a lot from their home and on the internet, and the only savior was that they would buy from us online and we could make some money, which was kind of cool because I didn't have a brick and mortar store, so it didn't really matter to me. Now, I've been very, very lucky because I actually sold a product during this period of time. Survivalcave food, if you don't know about it, is one of the best canned meats in the country, and it's long-term food storage. And I sold those canned meats online. And during that period of time, right, we even had a shortage of foods and meats. So I even had a product that everybody wanted on top of that. So it was kind of like, I had the cake and the cherry on top of the cake too. And I had it all. I had a period of time when everybody was buying online, and then I had the product that everybody wanted. So I was very, very fortunate. We're very thankful for that. Our brand really grew during that period of time. And I was very lucky. Now, the availability of survival food actually kind of shrunk during that period of time because so many people were buying. And we just didn't have the supply. So what are some of the things that's changed? Well, the first thing I think, big thing, is machine learning. And what we mean by that is the software can actually learn what's going on. The primary role of machine learning you can't overemphasize it. AI technology has had very deep impact on the tried and true ways we did things. And the trend actually continues to rise. It's still going up. Machine learning technology continues to rise and has allowed e-commerce stores to work more efficiently. So the question is, are you using it? This is one of the things you're going to need to move forward. Today, e-commerce stores are now equipped with all the information, with all the essential insights needed to predict and understand customer behavior. And if you can predict and understand what they're going to do, you can obviously sell more of your product. So that's a pretty cool thing. Now, how do you get involved in this? Well, I will tell you, there's a lot of platforms out there to have a lot of this stuff built in. Shopify is an incredible platform. If you're opening an e-commerce store, and I have a link below, I think you can get some discounts on Shopify. But Shopify is an incredible store. The way you interact with all your different channels and how you spend time online really can now be monitored. And machine learning can figure out what you're doing and why you're doing it and all that good stuff. And I know some of you are going to say, well, it's really hard to target Facebook ads now. Yeah, that changed. Okay, so we move on to something else that is working. Don't sit there and bemoan, what doesn't work anymore. Let's talk about what does work. All e-commerce companies can use data to make the most of their campaigns and to sell more product. They just can because the data is there. This also helps makes the more informed decisions. When you make a decision, you know what you're talking about, which is kind of cool. The use of machine learning helps boost conversion rates. It allows e-commerce businesses to take the most benefit out of it. If you're not doing these things, you're not using these tools, you're missing out. Now, I highly recommend Kartra. Kartra is amazing. It does so many different things. It does funnels, it does sales pages, it does courses. I could go on and on and on. It just does so many things. And I will have a link below when this video is uploaded. Right now, I'm doing it live, unless you're hearing this now and then it's not live. But anyhow, you're going to have a link down there to Kartra. And what you want to do is just click the link, watch the video. There's a free video there. And in that video, I really do explain, I don't explain, but Kartra explains how it works and how you can use it. So it's very, very important. Now, the next thing, and this one here is kind of up in the air, but I think to a certain degree it works, and that's chatbot. Now, I did some chatbots. I'm not doing them now. I think some people got irritated by them because of what I do. My whole thing is I teach you how to start, run, and grow online businesses, and I have a survival food company. I did not do the chatbots for the survival food company, so maybe I should on down the road. I don't know. But if you're planning on running a business where you come across the same type of questions over and over again, which my, learning how to make money online really is not like that. But if you do have that and you don't have the budget for customer support employees, you should definitely think about chatbots. Now we have what's called a help desk, and we use the help desk. And our help desk is tied in through Kartra because it's a free thing on Kartra. Once again, that's another thing that Kartra does. And when somebody asks a question of us, we can respond quickly because what it does is it sends us email and says, you've got a new support ticket. And we can go in there and we can answer that support ticket. We have a timeline of everything we've said on the support ticket. So yeah, that's a cool thing you can do. Businesses are able to maximize their customer interaction and ensure real-time response if you use some of these chat bots too. It's also more effective because nowadays people are more inclined towards messaging than making a call. They don't want to call you. We get very few phone calls. We just don't get that many phone calls. But chatbots can also help a company save significant amount of revenue that would otherwise be invested in hiring a bigger customer support team. I always get a kick out of people when I say I have a business. They go, how many employees do you have? And I can tell when they say that they don't know anything about business, because having a large number of employees does not mean you make more money. As a matter of fact, it's the inverse. More people that you hire, the less money you're going to make because you got to pay more people. So you really got to increase your sales to pay for these people. That is not a good judge of how much money a company makes. Now, I know when they get huge, like let's say Tesla or GM or whatever, yeah, that's going to have a lot of employees, but you have to do massive layoffs. Tesla just did a massive layoff. So having a lot of employees is not the key. The key is figuring out how to do things that employees could do and, augmenting that with some automations. I see more and more and more restaurants doing this. Initially there would be like a little order kiosk in some of the fast food places, but we're starting to see these iPads on tables in restaurants. Now, I think that restaurants are going to change entirely. I think it's not even going to be the same business model anymore. If you want to go in and sit at a restaurant and eat, that's fine. But what it's going to be is you're going to pull up an app on your phone and you're going to look and see how many tables are available, or you're going to get on the wait list. When you get to that restaurant, you're going to go up, and I already know Kura Sushi does this here. You go up to an iPad and you put in your information and it knows you're there. Then somebody actually comes up to you and seats you when your table's ready. But I think that's going to go away too. I don't think you need the host or hostess. You can have a map of the restaurant and it can have a flashing little table where your table is, and you can just go over to that table and sit down. When you sit down at that table, Kura Sushi has this where you can just go on a screen and you can type in what you want, and they're not only make it, but they have a conveyor belt that brings it out to you. There's also an Indian restaurant that I go to, and they have a robot. And when you go into that restaurant, the robot, they're just using it, I think, for to-go orders now. But it's going constantly to and from the kitchen, bringing food up front. They take the food off the robot, they put it on a shelf. People can come in and pick it up. Nobody has to walk it up there anymore. And obviously these people are ordering online too. So it's changing that. They don't have to talk to anybody. I think restaurants are going to be one of the biggest changes. The next thing I'll tell you that we've seen happen, and that is augmented reality. And guys, feel free to ask any questions, put any comments in that chat section. I want to remind you of that. That's really important. And even if you're not watching this live, even if you can still comment, you can still ask me questions, you can still introduce yourself in the comment section below once this is not live, once it's a video that's on the channel, okay? All right, so let's talk about augmented reality. Augmented reality shopping is also a growing trend nowadays, where customers can get to try the clothes they want to buy or try a new piece of furniture they would like in their home. And what it is, and you've seen this probably on Amazon. If you haven't, it's pretty cool. But they have a button there that says, see this in your home. So I can take a piece of furniture and I can hold my phone up and I can click and I can see what it's going to look like in the house, which is pretty cool stuff. More and more e-commerce businesses have opted for this newer trend to help them boost their sales. Every little thing you can do to make it easier for a customer is going to boost your sales. The augmented reality for shopping continues to gain more popularity in the coming years, and it has significantly helped customers interact with product in a much better way. So you're going to see more and more of that. Let me get another sip here. What are we up to? What is that? What is that? Is that number 2? Am I only at number 2? I need to go faster, right? Yes. No, wait, what? No, I'm on number 3. Okay, number 3. So I'm doing good. I'm halfway there, and I'm about halfway there on time. So I'm doing all right. And like I said, guys, interrupt me with any questions you may have. Interrupt me with anything that you would like to say, and I'll be happy to answer those for you. And if I haven't reminded you enough, make sure you give me a thumbs up too. That's really important. All right, so let's look at our next thing on the list here. What is our next thing on the list? Our next thing is multi-channel shopping. Multi-channel shopping. Okay, let me kind of explain what that is first off. It's a very good way to reach out to customers. If you're a seller of any product, okay, you know that you've got a whole lot of different choices for online marketplaces and channels. And when I say channel, I'm talking about, say, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. That's what I'm talking about when I say channels. But you have a whole lot of choices where you can reach your target audience. You can actually integrate the shopping features across the social media platforms as part of your marketing strategies for better brand presence online. You can actually research more and more to make use of other social media platforms for boosting your sales even further. This would not only help create better brand awareness, but also help connect your target audience in a better way. So, using all these multi-channels, I think is a great way to do it. Now, we use some of them, just for, content. Like we have a thing called Hootsuite. So if I put a piece of content on YouTube, it actually pushes it out to Twitter, and it pushes it out to Facebook and any other platforms I want to integrate. So I only have to do it once, and it goes to a whole lot of different places. The next thing I'm going to tell you is email automations. Oh my gosh, email automations. That is the deal. I mean, that is the deal. Okay. And if you don't have a good email automation software, once again, I'm going to bring up Kartra, because Kartra is frigging amazing. They do so many things. I've used Kartra now for, gosh, how many years have I used Kartra? 2016, 17, maybe something like that. I was a very early adopter before it was really out in the public. Frank Kern had talked about it, was using it. If you don't know Frank Kern, look him up. He's a great guy, has good information, very, very solid marketer. But let's talk about what email automations are. First off, in Kartra, you can do what's called behavior-based automation. So what it lets you actually take like a host of automations based on your recipient's behavior. So whatever they're doing, you can do automations. For example, you can automatically send a follow-up message if they haven't opened a previous email. You could say, hey, you didn't open the last email. And how do you know that? Because they're tagged when they open the email. And if they don't have that tag, it goes to a little decision box. The decision box says, hey, send this next email. Or you can assign a tag if they click a link, or unsubscribe them if they haven't opened any emails in the past 30 days. And you can do a whole lot more things. Okay, guys, like I have an email automation that's going out right now. And if they don't buy the product, it sends them another email. It says, hey, you didn't buy the product. Next day it says, hey, you didn't buy the product. Now, that's not the wording I use, but basically it's another email that reminds them to get in there and buy that particular product. It also has what's called intelligent split testing, or A/B testing. Kartra can actually split your email content and subject lines and track the conversions, and finally switch to which version converts the best. So let me tell you how this works. Let's say you're sending out an email to sell your product. The first subject line is 50% off on all, survival food today. The other one may say 40% off on all survival food today. Now, those are very similar, but they are different. I can set it to where after a certain number of emails, it actually makes the decision as to which email is working better based on open rates. So if the one at 50% gets a better open rate than the one at 40%, it automatically starts sending all the emails to that one. That's pretty cool stuff. Now, you can also do it manually, where you can send it out there, and after, a few hundred or a few thousand emails, whatever you want to, judge it by, you can go in there and turn off one or the other. So that's really, really pretty cool that you can do that. And the thing that's cool about that is that little percentage change can make a big percentage change in your sales. Not all email providers can do that, and that's built into Kartra. The next thing is they have beautiful templates. You can select from an assortment of different templates. They're all expertly designed. That way you don't have to create with it. I mean, you're an e-commerce person. You shouldn't be having to do graphics, right? That should already be done for you. You should have proven ones that work, which they do. So you can just select one of them and use one of the ones that they have. You can use different components. They have like a hero section where it's going to have your picture. They have content blocks. If you want a countdown timer, they've got those in there. If you want a testimonial area, they have that in there. Video thumbnails, a whole lot more. But all of these are just drag and drop components, so you don't have to design it. And they have some that are already designed, and you can add to it, you can take away from it, do whatever you want. So you can customize these emails in seconds if you want to do that. My emails are very basic, but I do use their templates for some of the landing pages, sales pages, that type of thing. The next thing you can do is you can personalize the message with custom tags. So, and like if you got an email today on today's training, it probably said, hey, first name, but it didn't say first name. What it did is it grabbed your first name and it popped it into that email. And I could say in there, hey, first name, when you bought, and then I could put what product you bought in there. So I could say, last product bought or whatever, it would go and grab the product you bought and it would stick it in there. When you bought, our beef last week, or when you bought our beef previously, you may not have known about the big sale we have going on pork. Okay. So I could do something along those lines, and I could make that email very, very customized to that particular person, so that it seems like I'm actually talking to them, like I just wrote an email for them. But each email is different, because when it goes out and grabs this information, it grabs different names, it grabs different products. Automatically in Kartra, it does all this. And the cool thing is, if you really have any trouble with any of this, Kartra is amazing in their customer support. They really are, guys. I love their customer support. I love everything they do over there. I can't say enough about them. Andy Jenkins started it, unfortunately passed away, but Sarah Jenkins runs it now. She's an incredible person, really nice person, will help you out. She's involved with people, and they're constantly improving the software. I can't say enough about it. Now, the one thing I do want to add, and I haven't put it in the description yet, but I will, is I want you to have a VPN. I've seen this happen so many times now. I just had a conversation with somebody on one of my videos, and their Facebook account got hacked. And this is happening more and more, where people will hack your account. And what they did to her is they were sending out porn, they were sending out spam, all kinds of stuff. They were telling friends on her list that they won $50,000. They only had to send like $150 to get the thing processed, whatever. They were ripping people off. But the way this happens, guys, and this is like a bonus for this video, is that you go on a public Wi-Fi. Let's say you go to Starbucks or some coffee shop or McDonald's or whatever. That is an open internet provider that all these people are on, and hackers know how to go in there and see everybody that's on it, and they can get into your computer. They can put malware on your computer. They can put spy stuff on your computer. You need a VPN. I'm going to recommend that you get Surfshark. I will have a link below on that, and Surfshark will protect you from all that, okay? Because what it does, as a matter of fact, it has a double layer, but it shows that you're coming from a different IP address than where you're coming from. It can show that you're coming from a different country than where you're actually sitting at, okay? Because these IP address are geolocators, and there's only one IP address for every little location. Let's say a Starbucks or something like that. They know it's that Starbucks. But if you switch it and you turn on your Surfshark VPN, you can say, well, I'm in the Starbucks in Austin, Texas today, but it shows I'm in Madrid, Spain, at a library. Okay, you could do that. But it not only does that, it does it double. So it sends it to one, then it sends it to another. So you have two different layers of protection. Now, this is great for several reasons. Obviously, you can protect your own information, but you can also see different things. So like we're going to be going to Rome next month. And when we're there, I like to watch Netflix shows, and there's a couple that I like. Those won't be available in Rome because they have different shows. You may not have known this, but they have different programming in different parts of the world. So what I can do is I can jump on my VPN and put myself back in my town here, and I'll see all the shows that I would normally see in my town. Or if you want, you could stay in your town and you could switch your Netflix to, Spain or Germany or Lithuania or whatever you want to do, so that you actually have access to all this other stuff. Plus you have the protection. Now, they also can't figure out who you are, what you're doing. It blocks all your searches, that type of stuff, which is pretty cool. So they don't know what you're searching for. IP providers actually are logging this. Okay. So if you're at home and you're on your internet, all your stuff's getting logged. Okay. The government can look at you. Individuals can look at you. Scammers can look at you. You need an IP changer, which is a VPN. Okay, virtual private network. Like I said in the description below, I will have a link to Surfshark. You got to get Surfshark. It's amazing. Guys, if you have any other comments or questions, feel free to put them in the chat box there. Like I said, I got started on time, but I did finish a little bit earlier than what I normally do. Not much. What are we at? About 5 minutes difference. We're getting ready to go out and have a nice lunch today. So I thought I would jump in here and talk to you guys. And like I said, I'm leaving Sunday to go to Vegas. Maybe I'll try to do some lives there. But for the most part, I'm not going to be available next week. I will have videos going up. We have some really cool combo videos that are going up where we put together like 3 different types of training into one video. And you're going to see those Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. I will probably be live on Friday next week, but the normal Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. thing, I may not be around. Just warning you about that. So that's what I've got for you today. If you enjoyed it, share it. Share it with somebody else. Let them get this information. Let them move forward because they had good information. Things have changed. Embrace it. Things will always change. Don't forget, right? You want to change something, right? You want to change that subscribe button from red to gray. And the way you're going to do that is you're going to click it. So you want to click that button. Don't forget also to ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live, or if I upload a video. And a thumbs up would be awesome. It really would be. Don't forget, even if you're not watching this live, you can put comments in that comment section. I can answer your questions for you. And I can help you out. Or if you just want to say hi and introduce yourself, I love building my network of friends here online, so we can do that too. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I will see you sometime next week. Maybe I'll be live from Vegas. You got to keep watching the channel. You got to be subscribed, and you have to turn on your bell notifications to know when I go live. So make sure you do that. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you sometime next week.